Welcome back to Pokemon Episode Summaries. Today we'll be doing Episode 8, The Path to the Pokemon League. The episode begins with Ash battling a trainer in his Rattata with his Pidgeotto, leading Ash towards his 10th total victory. Let's go, bro. Ash then brags that he has 2 badges, much to the dude's amazement and Misty's annoyance. The trainer is so impressed by Ash's skill that he suggests that he go and challenge this dude named AJ, who has never lost a battle before and owns an unofficial Pokemon gym where he trains his Pokemon using very unorthodox methods. Ash, Misty, and Brock arrive at the gym and see that AJ truly is undefeated with 98 wins and 0 losses. Misty taunts Ash, claiming how much better AJ must be, leading Ash to get pissed off. AJ then arrives back at his gym with a whole bunch of new Pokemon that he caught and hands them off to a Butterfree. AJ then challenges Ash to a battle, snapping a whip to intimidate him, and explaining that once he beats Ash and gets his 99th and 100th win, then he'll finally start on his quest to get badges. In response, Ash brags that he already has 2 badges, believing himself to automatically be superior to AJ because of this, but AJ just laughs it off and insults the gyms, claiming that the leaders who gave them to him must have just been very weak. Misty and Brock, being those leaders, get pissed off and encourage Ash to beat AJ's ass. AJ sends out his Sandshrew, leading Misty to remind Ash that Pikachu's electric attacks wouldn't work against it. Ash, being too prideful, rejects Misty's advice, but still makes the right call as he sends out Pidgeotto to deal with Sandshrew. Unfortunately, though, AJ's Sandshrew rolls into a ball and shoots up into the sky, taking out Ash's Pidgeotto in no time flat. Ash then sends out his Butterfree next, but Sandshrew dodges Butterfree's Stun Spore attack by digging underground, and swiftly takes out the Butterfree. Ash then tries to send out his Pikachu, but Pikachu rightfully declines, probably scared of the Sandshrew. Meanwhile, Team Rocket is watching this from a bush and declares that they want to steal Sandshrew, noting how powerful it is. Pikachu's refusal to battle means Ash unfortunately lost the match, leading Ash to cry and accuse AJ of rigging the match somehow. AJ denies this, though, and coldly instructs Ash to quit whining and go away when Ash begs him for a rematch, returning to his tent where he trains his Pokemon. Ash and the gang immediately hear AJ cracking his whip and yelling at his Pokemon, so they go inside, only to see AJ's Pokemon doing very, very intense training, including his Sandshrew, who dives into water, being contained in the water by AJ, who whips it if it ever tries to get out. Ash sees this as AJ purposely harming his Pokemon, so he knocks him into the pool. AJ angrily rebuttals that he isn't harming his Pokemon, as they're wearing strength intensifiers that he invented, which allow his Pokemon to withstand a lot of their weaknesses, such as Sandshrew's weakness to water. Despite the strength intensifiers, Ash still questions the whipping, with AJ clarifying that he was harder on his Sandshrew because it was his very first partner, and they've been together since he was a kid. This explanation only makes Ash more determined in his own philosophy, which is that trainers should make friends with their Pokemon, not just use them as soldiers for battle. Ash tries to get Brock to back him up, but Brock is too interested in the food that AJ feeds his Pokemon to make them stronger. As AJ revealed, he makes his own recipe, just as Brock does. Meanwhile, Pikachu tries to mimic Sandshrews' exercises that he does, but fails miserably. and Team Rocket sit outside AJ's tent, practicing a new motto and preparing for their new heist. Planning to sneak inside the tent by hiding inside a large rubber red ball. Back inside the tent, AJ's Pokemon are all exhausted. Not Ash's Pikachu, though, who didn't have to go through all these intense regimens. AJ insults Ash's Pikachu because of this, which causes Ash to get angry and push him into the water once again. Pikachu, presumably wanting to fit in with the rest of the Pokemon, tries on Sandshrews' Strength Intensifier, but also fails to use it properly as it rolls him into a ball. Sandshrew laughs at this. Team Rocket then roll into the tent with their ball, but being unable to see in the darkness of the ball, accidentally grabs Sandshrew instead of Pikachu like they intended. Ash and AJ only realize that Sandshrew is gone after Team Rocket has already left. AJ questions Pikachu if it knew where Sandshrew went, but Pikachu denies. Ash states his belief that Sandshrew must have left because it saw that Pikachu was actually treated nicely, with AJ rebutting that Sandshrew would never abandon AJ like that after everything they've been through together, demanding the rest of his Pokemon to start a search party for Sandshrew. Meanwhile, Team Rocket start bickering over who should carry the bag, as James complains that it's heavier than he expected. This difference in weight is of course due to the difference in Pokemon, as the bag held Sandshrew and not Pikachu. It didn't hold Sandshrew for long though, as Sandshrew managed to break out, knocking out Jesse and James in the process. But unfortunately, Meowth isn't knocked out and bites Sandshrews' tail, which sends Sandshrew in pain, burrowing underground, taking Meowth with him. Back at the tent, Ash is still determined in his philosophy, trying to get all of AJ's Pokemon to join him and leave AJ, claiming he would treat them better. Surprisingly though, all of AJ's Pokemon deny Ash's request. This causes Ash and AJ to continue arguing yet again, but then Sandshrew burrows from under the ground with Meowth, happily returning to AJ. Seeing that AJ and Sandshrew have this bond, it makes Ash reconsider if AJ really is that bad of a trainer. Realizing how much he actually cares for his Pokemon, and how his Pokemon must be okay with the training if they were all willing to deny Ash, just to stay with AJ. When Meowth comes to after being knocked out from Sandshrews burrowing, he panics, realizing he's on his own. But then, thankfully for him, Team Rocket show up at the tent, stating their usual motto before apologizing to AJ for taking Sandshrew, clarifying to him that it was a mistake. Being Team Rocket, though, their apology is half-hearted, claiming it was only a mistake because they never would have took a Pokemon that was as weak as AJ's Sandshrew. AJ rightfully gets insulted at Team Rocket's comments, challenging them to a battle as they send out Coughing and Ekans, who use Sludge and Wrap, respectively. Thankfully, Sandshrew is able to dodge both of these attacks, taking them out along with Meowth, who had tried to bite his armored ball form. Sandshrew then manages to defeat Jesse and James by using a fissure attack, which causes them to run away in fear. I guess they didn't blast off for once. That's interesting. Usually they blast off every single episode. Team Rocket's defeat now meant that AJ had 100 wins, so he could begin his quest to start earning gym badges. Ash, now having respect for AJ, questions if AJ wants to join his group, with AJ respectfully denying, claiming that he wanted to become a Pokemon Master on his own. The episode ends with Ash and AJ going their separate ways, hoping to eventually meet at the Pokemon League when the time comes. AJ goes on his journey, and Ash begins his trek to Vermilion City, where the third gym is located.